think we can do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think we'll go ahead and get the meeting started. Would you all rise for Councilmember Debbie Pennington lead us in the prayer and pledge?
Shall we pray? Dear Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for the numerous blessings, too many to count, that you have entrusted to us. Be with us just now to guide us to do your will as we serve the people of Fairfield. Thank you for our employees, fire, police, and the servicemen and women here at home and away. Keep them all safe from harm. In all this, we pray in your most precious holy name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mrs. Pennington. All right, Madam Clerk, we have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Pennington.
Here.
Councilmember Kraft.
Here.
Councilmember Myers.
Here.
Councilmember Davidson.
Here.
Councilmember Brill.
Here.
Councilmember Bessel. Councilmember Paulus.
Here.
Move to excuse.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Are there any agenda modifications of tonight's agenda that we know of? Hearing none, we'll move on. Executive session request.
Yes, there is, Mr. Mayor, to consider the appointment, employment, discipline, or compensation of a public employee or official. Thank you.
All right.
I'd like to make a motion to have an executive session per the city manager's request.
Second.
Motion second, roll call vote.
Councilmember Pennington.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft.
Yes.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes.
Councilmember Davidson.
Yes.
Councilmember Brill.
Yes.
Councilmember Paulus.
Yes.
All righty. No special presentations tonight. Citizens' comments. We got one out there. Okay, I just wondered if you were just, all righty. Council reports, any council reports? We'll start down here, Ms. Brill. Nope. Down on around? All righty. No
I actually have something, sorry.
Okay.
Jumped in a little late there. Just wanted to make a comment on the success of the Public Works crew that's been going on throughout the past week. They've been out multiple times in the last week with some snowy weather and some cold temperatures. A lot of positive comments to the city's snow response efforts. Please continue to show appreciation for our drivers by giving the plows room to work and moving vehicles off the street whenever possible. And on a separate side note, there was a couple days this last week with work. I was out at 6 in the morning. Not the best time to be out operating a vehicle, especially with the snowy conditions. And much to my pleasure, surprise, I got on the roads and they were safe, they were operable, and they were in by far the best condition out of all the roads I traveled across the city and even northern Kentucky. So, Ben, man, thank you so much for you and your team. Truly appreciate it. You guys always take a strategic focus for keeping us safe and operate with efficiency as well as proactivity. So thank you.
Anybody else around the corner?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, just want to remind council, not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday, February 3rd, we will have the interviews for the open board positions. What time is that at? 10 a.m., starting at 10 a.m. We have a great slate, so I ask you to make sure that you put that on your calendar. So 10 a.m. Saturday, February 3rd. We'll do the interview process. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Reminder for those here on council or anytime, if you see the big snowstorms are down, if you or your wife want to make a crock pot of chili or something, my wife had done it a couple times, those guys down there will be gladly accepted at any time, 24 hours a day. And we've taken down things, and I recommend to citizens, if they have something to drop off down there, those guys are in and out and in and out and in and out and grabbing something as quick as they can eat and get out of there. So recommend anybody doing that. That would be great. All right. No public hearing tonight. We have a motion to accept the approval of the minutes as stated. Any additions or deletions, we'll let them stand as approved. And now old business. Councilmember Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a resolution declaring a necessity of repairing sidewalks to include aprons. This is a legislation for the second reading.
All right. New business.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to read all new business by title only.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, Community Relations, Mr., you know what, we're going to go straight to Tim Byers on this one.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item I have is a simple motion to appoint the clerk of council as a designee for mandatory training required by House Bill Number 9, Ohio's Public Records Act.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. The second item I have is a simple motion. This is a motion to approve the following boards and commission appointments. David Peterson for Environmental Commission, a term expires January 31st of 2027. Dan Vitale, Cultural Arts Advisory Commission, the term expires March 31st, 2026.
Motion and second.
Thank you.
Motion second, buddy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Two good appointments there.
Yep.
Very active, great people. That'd be cool. Development Services, City Manager Timmer.
We have 2 resolutions and 1 ordinance tonight for Development Services. Both resolutions are related to appointments made by this body to the Westchester Joint Economic Development District and Fairfield Township Joint Economic Development District. These 2 JED partnerships, as required by Ohio Revised Code, get to appoint 1 person to serve on the JED Board of Directors. The ordinance is to authorize the city manager to enter into a 2-year professional services contract with Fairfield Chamber of Commerce. The proposed 2-year contract would continue the city's platinum sustaining sponsorship of the chamber for calendar years 24 and 25. In addition, the chamber would assist with important business retention assistance. Over the past 15 years, the chamber has completed approximately 1,375 business retention surveys, mainly with small retail and commercial businesses. Thank you.
All righty, Councilmember Davidson? Oh, he's going to do it now. Okay, I thought he was going to introduce him.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Scott said most of what I was going to say, so I'll just introduce Peggy Emerson, the President and CEO of the Fairfield Chamber, to say a few words about what's coming in the next coming years.
Nathaniel, real quick, is that microphone on? Didn't sound like it was.
You have to definitely pull it down.
Just need to stand on my tiptoes. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm Peggy Emerson. I think I know everybody here in the room. Just have a couple of quick things. I was told I had 3 minutes to speak, so this is going to be a wild ride here. First of all, I just wanted to thank you and how excited we are to continue this great relationship that we have with the city of Fairfield. It's very important to us at the chamber. All right, there's my notes. Okay, and we're excited to see that continue. A really quick update. This actually today I think is my 1-year anniversary from my first day at Fairfield, so I'm very excited about that. We have done a lot of great things there at the chamber in the past year. We have moved all of our records onto a CRM, a customer relations management software that allows us to do automated invoicing, make us lean, mean, and able to do much more with the small staff that we have. Allows us to take credit card payments, and then of course online applications for new members, online registration for all sorts of events. It's been a great change. So staffing changes, we have 2 new staff people in the last year, in addition to myself, which is Kristen Bramblett. She's our office manager. David Peterson, who you just approved for the environmental committee, is our customer member coordinator, care coordinator. I'll get that out. Membership care coordinator. I got that backwards in my head. The other big thing that we accomplished last year was a bylaw review, which had not been done in an extended period of time. So we updated a lot of the small details, no major changes, but a lot of small details like taking away fax communications and PDAs were mentioned in our bylaws. So things like that, just updating a lot of things. A couple goals that we have for 2024. We're really focusing on increasing our membership this year. Last year, we purged a lot of old records that we had where people were even out of business and things like that. So looking at a large increase in our membership this year. We'll be starting a membership survey. We're going to continue with our quarterly business roundtables. As a matter of fact, our next one is Thursday morning. So that will be Chad Clemens and Mike Coburn of MFS Investment Management will be doing an economic outlook. We appreciate that partnership with the city and Ohio Means Jobs. Career Fest, another partnership with the city, is coming up April 18th. We already have 16 companies signed up for this year, which is a great, from where we were last year. Golf outing, May 15th. I know the city always has a team in that one, so we're looking forward to that. We hold that over at the South Golf Course. Is that right? South Golf
South
Course.
Trace.
Yeah, South Trace. We have a Women Being Business Awards luncheon, which will be June 11th, and we're actually holding that at the Arts Center this year. So anxious to see that continue to grow. Our young professionals are rebooting. I think they're going to be called BRAVE, which is a cool an acronym that they've come up with. And then we will be continuing our business retention surveys. David was out doing some today. So I think that I got it all in. So do you have any questions for me?
You said May 15th for the golf outing?
Yes, sir. We wanted to be the first one this year.
Thanks for everything you're doing. Congratulations on your 1-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited
Well
to
done.
continue.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay. Mr. Davidson?
Thank you. I have a resolution appointing Economic Development Manager Nathaniel Kalen to the Fairfield Township Joint Economic Development District Board of Directors. Make a motion to suspend the second and third readings.
Second.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And move to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next, I have a resolution appointing Economic Development Manager Nathaniel Kalen to the Westchester Joint Economic Development District Board of Directors. Move to suspend the second and third reading.
Second.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from council? Comments from audience? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Next, I have an ordinance to authorize the city manager to enter into a 2-year professional services contract with the Fairfield Chamber of Commerce. This is the first reading, but I'm going to go ahead and move to suspend the second and third reading.
Second.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion for adoption. Comments from council? Comments from audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All righty. Public safety, Mr. Timmer, or I'm sorry, Mr. Paulus.
Yes, I have a simple motion, a motion not to not request a hearing regarding a liquor permit application in the name of Caruso Cincy LLC, 6765 Dixie Highway, permit class D5 and D6.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Public Works, Mr. Timmer.
We have 2 ordinances tonight for Public Works. The first ordinance is to authorize the city manager to execute a hazard mitigation grant application. The city of Fairfield has 10 outdoor electromechanical weather warning sirens. The equipment needs replacement as the siren heads are becoming obsolete. 3 of the 10 sirens are located within the Community Disaster Resiliency Zone. The city's weather warning siren system is greatly relied upon by those within the city limits. If approved, FEMA would be funding approximately 80% of the project's construction. The second ordinance is to authorize the city manager to execute an electric vehicle charging station grant application through the Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana Regional Council of Governments Carbon Reduction Program. If approved, the application will be for dual charging stations at up to 3 locations, all on city property, making the installation 100% eligible for funding. Thank you.
All righty. Mr. Kraft?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have an ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute the hazard mitigation grant application and agreement for outdoor warning siren system and declaring an emergency. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the second and third readings, please.
Second.
Motion is second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And motion for adoption.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from council? Comments from audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Second ordinance I have is to authorize the city manager to execute the electric vehicle charging station grant application through the Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana Regional Council of Governments, or OKI, for multiple public locations and declaring an emergency. I have a motion to suspend second and third readings, please.
Second.
Motion second for rule suspension. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
And a motion for adoption.
Second.
Motion second for adoption. Comments from council? My comment was going to be, are these going to be like credit card charging stations where they charge, or is these free, actually free electric?
So it would be our intent, we have one dual charging station at the CAC.
Yeah.
And we did not charge a fee with it when we did it because it was our first one and we weren't exactly sure how much usage it would get. We think if we are successful in getting this grant for these additional ones, we would charge a fee. And then we would have to charge, we charge a fee for the one that we have as well as the ones that we add.
Okay,
And we've looked into that fee structure a little bit.
okay, okay. I've just had residents ask if, we're gonna pay for those, we gotta pay for part of my gasoline in my car too, and then, where that goes. So, okay, as long as there's a charge, that's cool. All right, let me see here, comments from council, comments from audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, finance and budget, Councilmember Timmer, or Councilmember Timmer. I'm reading things off the screen for the first time here for the whole meeting, so, Mr. Timmer.
We have two ordinances tonight for finance and budget. The two ordinances are for contractual and non-contractual appropriations. The contractual appropriations total $407,979 and include projects related to landscape maintenance, restoring contingency needs for public utilities and public works, and planning and zoning code update. The non-contractual appropriations total $128,765 and include projects related to streetlight installation, grounds, entryways, and landscaping program, engineering services, manhole castings, and water valve box replacements. Thank you.
All righty, Councilmember Brill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have an ordinance to amend ordinance number 166-23 entitled, "An Ordinance to Make Estimated Appropriations for the Expenses and Other Expenditures of the City of Fairfield, Ohio during a period beginning January 1, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second and third readings.
Second.
Motion is second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Motion is second for adoption. Comments from council? Comments from audience? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Second ordinance is to amend ordinance number 166-23 entitled, "An Ordinance to Make Estimated Appropriations for the Expenses and Other Expenditures of the City of Fairfield, Ohio during a period of January 1, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024. These are non-contractual appropriations. I'd like to make a motion to suspend second and third readings.
Second.
Motion is second for rule suspension. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And a motion to adopt, please.
Second.
Motion is second for adoption. Comments from audience? Comments from council? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Just want to make one comment there to TV land. It looks like, I know I get asked this every once in a while, it looks like we speed right through things. We spend a lot of money tonight, but all of these things have been discussed either at the CIP or at the department level to great lengths. So we didn't just do this real quickly today in 17 minutes and spend all this money. Staff and council has gone over everything here with a fine tooth comb. So thank you. Madam Clerk, meeting schedule.
Monday, February 12th, council manager briefing 6 p.m., regular meeting 7 p.m. Monday, February 26th, council manager briefing 6 p.m., regular meeting 7 p.m. Monday, March 11th, council manager briefing 6 p.m., regular meeting 7 p.m.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will now move to executive session.